My name is Chloe Krawczyk. I'm a master's student in the School of Foreign Service in my final year of studies. I'm originally from the San Francisco Bay Area in California. I had a great summer internship at EQT Ventures. It's a venture capital firm where I was an analyst. They primarily focus on early stage, high growth companies. Most of them are startups, and EQT Ventures specifically focuses on tech-enabled startups that have the potential to disrupt a certain sector. I was part of the deal team that looked for startups that would potentially be in our investment thesis and be good investments for us. I've taken some classes on private equity investments and finance at Georgetown, and it was really great to be able to apply some of those skills that I had learned on a theoretical basis in a real-world setting where we were actually able to evaluate companies in current market conditions and consider how this company could do in the future given the current competitive landscape. When you're taking a class, a lot of the cases that you discuss are either companies that needed investments or were looking to merge in the past, or they're hypothetical companies that aren't actually, making profits or doing business in the present. So it was really great to be able to use the skills that I've learned and to work with partners to discuss how good a potential investment was in a real-world setting. I had an incredible experience and I really appreciate being able to develop these skills as a young entry-level analyst. And I think that if the opportunity arises, I might try to pursue a career path like this in the future. I also am much more interested and have more experience working with startups as a result of this. I have a better sense of what makes a good startup and what strategies would help certain types of startups achieve the kind of growth that you want to see. Stockholm was really beautiful, which pretty much was in line with my expectations because everybody that I had mentioned that I was going to Stockholm to got really excited and told me it was the best place to go over the summer. And indeed, it was really, really beautiful. I think the most surprising part to me is how much water there is. I didn't realize that Stockholm's essentially a collection of islands. And so people could hop on a boat to commute just like you would hop on a bus or the metro in DC. It was really, really great experience in Stockholm. I enjoyed every minute that I spent walking around to and from work or looking at various museums and shops during my free time. I think the most challenging and at the same time the most rewarding part is being able to get to know and meet people with a different cultural background and cultural assumptions. I'm Chinese American. I've spent a lot of time in China, so I was accustomed to what it felt like to empathize and learn about the Chinese culture, the business culture and society and so forth, but I hadn't really had experience with Europe before this. I really appreciate going to Sweden where the culture is very different from American culture, even though most of Sweden, or at least most of Stockholm, is very cosmopolitan and I would say very respectful and they admire America, they like it. There's still very stark differences between a Swede and an American, and I would say that translates into the work culture, the social culture. So I liked being able to get to know a new group of people. It's an opportunity that probably would have been very hard to come by otherwise. I think our world is becoming increasingly globalized and international, and now it doesn't matter what sector or type of job you want to be involved in. You pretty much need to be able to understand, interact, lead, and motivate all sorts of different people from all over the world if you want to be a successful leader. The most valuable skill, experience that I've gotten from the Wallenberg Fellows Program is being able to understand and try to be a part of a culture that's very different from mine. Whenever you go to a new place, it can be hard to make friends, to learn the language, to understand the customs, to get a sense of what you're supposed to do, and to be comfortable with how you're perceived in this new place. But I think it's also extremely rewarding at the same time. And as a leader, it's very important that you're able to do that because whatever role you step into, if it's a successful, diverse company, you probably won't be comfortable all the time. You won't be surrounded by your friends, your family, your classmates with you, and you'll meet difficult parts of your journey when you're running a business or any kind of organization. So I think it's important to be able to empathize with a diverse set of perspectives and to find areas of common ground where you can lead and inspire people.